Season 2 is finally coming out this weekend, guys, which means I can finally give you guys my review of Season 2. Does it hold up to the first season? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new review. Today I'm going to be going over Season 2 of Jack Ryan, which premieres on Amazon Prime again this weekend, and it follows Jack Ryan once again, played by John Krasinski. And in this second season, after tracking a potential suspicious shipment of illegal arms in Venezuela, the CIA officer Jack Ryan, portrayed again by John Krasinski, heads down to South America to investigate, and as upon his investigation, threatens to uncover a far-reaching conspiracy. This again is one of those shows that I've actually been looking forward to a lot. Here's a fun fact though. I just got on the Amazon press list this year. So I've been kind of watching their shows a little bit more because I actually think they have a lot of underrated shows. Now, Jack Ryan Season 1 was actually one of the seasons that I've been meaning to watch. I just watched it last week, and when I got the Jack Ryan 2 season sent to me, I was like, yeah, now I need to actually watch Season 1. So I took the time, binged all of Season 1, took the time, then binged all of Season 2. It was a great, 16-hour binge, all in that whole entirety, and I loved it. And the same thing goes for the first Jack Ryan season. I was a major fan of it last week, and I just could not stop thinking about it. I'm so happy that I got the binge Season 2. And, spoilers, I already said it, I loved Jack Ryan Season 2, and it sucks now that I have to wait, just with all you people after you finish Season 2 as well, that I have to wait for Season 3. Now, do understand there will be no spoilers in this review, guys. I'm not going to dive into any of the plot twists, any of the twists and turns. I'm just going to nail what I thought about, my overall thoughts on it. And, of course, guys, if you guys are new here, hit that like and subscribe button, because I do tons of early content like this on a daily basis, reviewing movies, TV, geeky content, all sorts of stuff over on this channel every single day. And, of course, guys, make sure to also comment down below and let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the Jack Ryan series. Do you guys think John Krasinski is the best Jack Ryan? Do you think someone else is? Let's discuss it down below. Comes down to Jack Ryan Season 2, I think the one thing that I really appreciate about the show is that it kind of follows in the same footsteps as the first one, but really takes off on a faster footing this time around. And when I say that, and it feels like this in a lot of different kind of action, spy type of genre, either whether it's a movie or a show, it always feels like it's trying to ramp up to be the next big thing, bigger and better, and sometimes bigger and better isn't better. But what I think Jack Ryan Season 2 does so much better this time around is that it doubles down on the idea of Jack Ryan and the story that's at play. It actually starts at 60 miles per hour right from the first episode and keeps going until it pushes down the metal on the pedal all the way to 120 miles per hour, and then to the last two episodes where it is flying at 300 miles. It is going so fast. It's so intense the whole time through, and it's actually one of the things that really locked me in this time around. The first season I was enjoying, and it's definitely an introduction to this new Jack Ryan character. But what Season 2 does is it doubles down on him as a person and really kind of goes back to that whole thought of why is he in a desk job when anyone else could do that. He's doing it great, but he's really good in the field. And I think that's what Season 2 doubles down to, is his ideology. Why is he doing this now? Why was he behind the desk in the Season 1? Where is it taking him now? And he's really forming into becoming the guy that we know Jack Ryan from the books and anything else that we've seen in the movies. And I think the first one was really that origin story for Jack Ryan, just pieces of him kind of learning of who he is. And Season 2 really, again, doubles down on all that and just opens up the flesh wounds to a new character. Kind of taking it in a darker sense, but again, a more intense sequences all the way through, and a very much intriguing story that had me pondering the whole entire time. And while Season 1 also followed a lot of the villain in that one, Season 2 also does this, but what it also pulls back upon is also leaving a layer of mystery and feeling like you're actually with Jack Ryan the whole entire time as you're trying to figure out where is the next step in this story, and as certain things are starting to plan out, which I actually liked more because it left certain of a mystery aspect up to certain different characters in here, especially a hitman that you start to learn about throughout this whole entirety of Season 2, which is phenomenal, and again plays into that all that intense action sequences. Plus, John Krasinski is perfect as Jack Ryan. I cannot really emphasize this enough. I know we've gotten so many different interpretations of Jack Ryan, but for me, Krasinski is personally my favorite version of him now, and maybe a lot of that is just because, again, we've gotten 16 hours with him now, but I think there's something special and a different nuance that Krasinski brings to the role. I'd be remiss if I did not talk about Wendell Pierce's James Greer. He's fantastic, and I love every single thing that James Greer brings to this character. He really is that guy that breaks the balls off of Krasinski, but also kind of does it in a subtle manner while also just being a good friend to him. And I think that's something that goes into there. All those certain elements kind of just come together to be fun. Now, we do have some newcomers around in here, whether it's Noomi Rapace as Harriet Bauman, who I really loved her version in here. I liked her intersections in here and what they do with her character. There's a lot of nice twists and turns into there. And Noomi Rapace, she's one of the best actors working today, and she's fantastic. If I'm being honest, one of my new favorite characters in this whole entire season was Mike November, played by Michael Kelly. He is awesome in here. Another CIA analyst to kind of go in here. It kind of just adds a different development and different ideologies. Again, one of the coolest things about any of these kind of military operation kind of shows or movies, whatever you're watching, it can be the supporting characters, and I think the supporting characters in here actually elevate a lot of it. Speaking of the cast, though, one of my big elements that I think was missing from the season, while I love a lot of different aspects about it, and I love what it dives into the thought process of Jack Ryan himself, and kind of just, again, action sequences are credible. Last 3 episodes have some of the most intense moments that I've ever watched in television this year alone. I think, again, Krasinski's fantastic. There's one element that I think is missing heavily. It was in the first season, but is also not in the second season, which is actually kind of baffling to me. Subtle nods to it, but not enough for me to kind of just be like, what happened? Maybe there's some behind the scenes stuff, but where is Abby Cornish as Kathy Mueller? In the books, we know her to really have a strong relationship with Jack Ryan, and she's nowhere in this season. Now, unless I'm missing something and I blanked out and zoned out for a certain sequence that talked about it, it just felt like she was missing, and it felt like a glaring hole. Because while my favorite aspects of the first one was, of course, the mystery element, the intense, I loved getting the behind-the-mirror stuff on Jack Ryan himself, really doubling down on that relationship, and actually finding myself to care a lot about it and loving their chemistry. And for it to be kind of just missing from Season 2 is jarring. Now, I would be honestly shocked if she's, again, not even in Season 3. It's hard for me to see how they could have really intersected her into this season just with all the plot lines that they put into this one, but I feel like there was just something missing that she wasn't in here at all, and it could have been used for a different dynamic on their relationship that I just think was missing from that whole perspective. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on Jack Ryan Season 2, make sure to, again, to comment down below and let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Have you guys seen it yet? Have you not? Let's discuss it. Make sure, again, to hit that like and subscribe button. Go check out Sandwich on Films if you guys want to check out movies early, and of course, a big thank you to you for watching this video, and a thank you to all my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Jack Ryan Season 2 really does amp up all the tension and brings about some of the most intense sequences of this year. Krasinski is perfect in the role as Jack Ryan, and the whole supporting cast in here, new and old, are great. Though it was missing that relationship part with Abby Cornish's character, Kathy Mueller, and I was a little bit disappointed in that. I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more from that from Season 3. For me, I think Jack Ryan Season 2 is just a bit better than Season 1. If it would have had that relationship part, I actually think this would have been a perfect overall season. It just felt like a glaring remiss from the character that we learned from the first one and kind of just going into the second one. Again, it still touches on some emotional aspects that go into the Jack Ryan character, and we do learn a little bit more about him throughout this whole season and things that are kind of just new, and I really appreciated that. But again, I love that relationship with the first season. I might be in the minority. Maybe a lot of you guys hated it, but I loved it. I wanted a little bit more of it. Hoping Season 3 brings that. I'm excited for it. It's already been renewed, guys. So with all that said, I'm going to give Jack Ryan Season 2 an A. I really think this was a near perfect television season. It just comes down to that relationship that I really missed a lot, guys. Again, I might be in the minority in that. Maybe a lot of you guys didn't care. But let's discuss it down below, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. And of course, until next time, stay classy.